Good morning, my friends. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. And before I go any further, I just wanted to address I did get a new front door. I talked about that in a previous video. So if you are a regular subscriber of mine, you might have noticed that this is a different front door behind me. So I'm super excited to clean and decorate my porch for fall. But I today am bringing you a day in the life video. Y'all, I have such a busy day today, but I started off my day with my regular routines. I did my Bible reading this morning and had my coffee and my protein. And then, as you saw, I went for a run this morning. And so I am energized and ready to start my day, and I thought I would take you along.
Okay, friends, today is Thursday, and that means I'm going to share a thoughtful Thursday chat with you. Each Thursday, I like to share my thoughts on a topic. This week, I wanted to talk about honoring your limits. I think this is something that is very difficult to do these days. It is easy to overschedule or just spend more time than you intended scrolling or binge watching content. I coincidentally had it on my schedule to share on this topic prior to filming this day in the life video, but it turned out to be such an appropriate topic on this particular day. I had a lot that I needed to get done, so I actually didn't film a lot of active things. I just had a lot of chatty footage. I had planned on cleaning out my laundry room on this day so that I would have more cleaning motivation for you other than just these few clips cleaning my dining and living rooms, but I honored my limits and I scratched the laundry room off my to-do list for this day. We all have our limits, and each of us has a different bandwidth to manage responsibilities in life. Some of us need more downtime and margin in life, and others can go, go, go. I think it can be difficult sometimes for those of us who have less bandwidth in this age of social media and seeing what other people are doing with their lives and their time. But truthfully, so often what we see on social media is curated and may not be the full picture. But we must honor what our limits are so we don't risk getting burnt out. I do think there are times when we need to and can push ourselves a little more than usual as long as we schedule in rest afterwards. There are times when we have to push because of overextenuating circumstances like going on vacation, celebrating birthdays or other holidays, moving, or other situations that are not our usual day-to-day. The day I filmed this day in the life video was especially busy for me because the next day I was going to take the day off and go with my girlfriends to a mineral springs spa near Austin, so I wouldn't be able to get any work done that day. Honestly, this whole week was really busy for me as I was just trying to catch up after being down a couple of days the week before for a routine colonoscopy. We all have physical limits and must pay attention to our body's cues to slow down, but we also have relational and emotional limits as well. If you are someone who is an introvert, you will need more time alone to recharge, and that is perfectly okay. But you do need to honor those limits and realize when you need to recharge. For some people, they can manage several friendships and relationships in general, while others feel more comfortable with just a few close friends. Something similar to managing relationships is honoring your emotional bandwidth. Just like some of us have a bigger capacity to manage relationships, some of us have a bigger capacity to manage emotional input. If you find yourself constantly drained by certain people, content, or any input in general, you need to evaluate that to determine if it is something that is pushing your emotional limits. It's okay to step back or even away from relationships for a time if that person is taking too much of your emotional energy. It's okay to unfollow and quit watching content that drains you emotionally. It's not always easy to determine if someone or something is too much for you emotionally, but we must be aware of our emotional bandwidth. We all have daily responsibilities as adults, so we must evaluate those responsibilities. Are there things that are not as important or urgent that you can eliminate from your list on any given day that you don't feel like you have the bandwidth to carry out? Or can you delegate some of your responsibilities to someone else? Can your spouse, children, or a friend help you with some of the things that need to get done? I have found it helpful for me to structure my day with the non-negotiables at the first part of the day, and then if I still have energy and time, I will tackle some of those other things that I have on my list. It's not always easy to honor our limits, but in the long run, it is good to be aware of our limits and to do what we can to honor them. Since I was honoring my own limits on this day and didn't film that laundry room clean, the remainder of this video is just pretty chatty. So if you like that type of content, like you're on a FaceTime call with me, then stay tuned. But don't worry, I still will share my laundry room clean out in an upcoming video. Also, stay tuned until the very end of this video if you would like to see some footage from my day at the mineral spa with my girlfriends. And as always, please share your thoughts on my thoughts down in the comments below.
Okay friends, I did get a shower, got ready for the day, and had my lunch. I have actually really been loving drinking mushroom coffee with my lunch. I have been putting this bone broth protein in the mushroom coffee, and it makes it taste almost like hot chocolate. It's really good. So I've been doing that with my lunch lately, but I have some errands to run this afternoon. And before I do that, I wanted to unbox something that was sent to me. Yes, I am working with Minooy once again. If you've been around my channel, then you know how much I love this purse company, Minooy. They have such high quality purses for honestly quite an affordable price. So I was excited when they reached out to me, primarily because I have this really tiny purse that I use if I'm gonna go out someplace where I don't wanna be carrying around like my full purse. But I find that it's almost too small, and they wanted to promote I think they called it like a phone wallet purse or something like that. So I was going to unbox this with you, show you what I got, and then we're gonna head out to run some errands. Okay, I am always impressed with Minooy's packaging. Not only their purses are beautiful, but their packaging is beautiful as well. I really love the simplistic design of their packaging. It comes in this really nice, well-constructed box. And of course, it always comes with a dust bag. So I have been using these. I do put my purses in here when they're not in use. And so I will definitely use that. But this is the purse that I chose. I love this neutral color. They sent me another purse a while back that was like a blush neutral, and I absolutely love that purse. And so I decided to go with another neutral. It just basically goes with everything. But I will open this up and show you inside. Okay, it does have some packaging in there still, just to make sure that it holds its shape. So I'm gonna take the packaging out. But it does come with a strap, which is really nice. I always love a crossbody type purse. Okay, and then on the inside, as always, as is common with Minooy purses, is the organization, y'all. I just love all of the compartments. Even in this really tiny purse, they manage to pack in tons of compartments just so you don't lose anything. And honestly, today to run my errands, I am not going to take a lot. I always determine what I need for each outing. Sometimes I need some extra things. Sometimes I like to bring some hand sanitizer or maybe some ibuprofen or something like that. But today, all I need is just my purse, and I'll throw some, or I'm sorry, not my purse, my phone, and I will also throw some lipstick in there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get the other purse that I'm going to be replacing it with. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one right away. I do still really like the aesthetic of this purse that I'm getting rid of, but like I mentioned, it's really too small for what I like to use it for. And in addition to that, one time I had this in a backpack when I was traveling, and it had my water bottle in there, and my water bottle spilled, and it actually messed up the inside. Let me show you that. So I have this, I don't even know what that was from, but I could not get it cleaned out. So yeah, it's just seen better days, and it is too small for what I like to use it for. Okay, my friends, first up, I need to just run into Lush really quick because that is where I get my body lotion, and I am almost out. And if you don't know this, if you do shop at Lush, if you bring in your old container, they will give you $1 off. So I just removed what was left. I have a smaller container of this same lotion by my bed, and so I just put what was left in this container into that smaller container so that I could clean this out and bring it. But I also have this little tiny one. This they oftentimes will give you a sample of something, and the last time they gave me a sample of this face mask, it's called Mineralize Me, and I absolutely loved it. And I actually need a face mask right now. I like to do that usually once a week. Ideally I would do it twice a week, but honestly it's usually on the weekends I'll do a face mask to just do a deeper cleansing of my face. But yeah, I just need to run in there, and I was so excited to get a parking space right here outside of the parking garage, because I was like, how am I gonna film in my car in the parking garage? But every once in a while there's a spot right here, and Lush is just right there around the corner, which is nice because it is hot today. It's gonna hit, I believe it's gonna get 100 today, if not really, really close to 100. And we're midday here, so it is rather hot out there. And this is an outdoor mall, so I will be walking outside. So I'm glad that I got to park relatively close to Lush, but that is my first stop. Okay, done with that errand, and I was just gonna show you what I got. I use this Karma Cream. This is my absolute favorite lotion of all time. I love this lotion. There was a while where Lush discontinued this, and I was so sad. It was for like a couple of years, but I like the consistency of it, but really what I like is the smell. It's like my signature scent. But I got this Mineralize Me. I'm so excited about it, although I didn't know that it was going to need to be refrigerated, because when the last time when I went there and I got the sample, the woman didn't tell me that. I mean, I used it fairly quickly, but now I think I should probably carry this in my purse for my next stop, because next up is Costco, and usually I'm in there for at least 45 minutes, mostly because of how many people are in there. But anyway, this was the face mask. It's called Mineralize Me, and I absolutely love this. Okay, my friends, next up is Costco. I'm here at the Costco parking lot, and about a year ago I decided to not buy so many things at Costco, so let's hope that I can stick to that. For the most part, I do. I used to buy just a huge cart full of stuff, but since I've simplified our pantry, I don't like having a bunch of inventory on hand, and there are just certain things that I get at Costco that I can't get at HEB. But anyway, So that face mask, since it needs to be refrigerated, I was able to put it in my purse. The guy at Lush said that it would be okay if it was out of the refrigerator for 6 to 8 hours, but I think I'm just gonna put it in my purse so that it stays cooler than if I were to leave it in this vehicle because it's 100 degrees outside. So that's nice. It did fit inside my purse with my phone and my keys, so that's good. But let's get into Costco.
So happy I might even call my mama. I can tell her everything around me's going peachy. Living larger than an Arizona sweeties. I'll be surfing on the clouds if you need me. Yeah, there's no top in this. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. All my friends are hanging out together. Look outside and I see perfect weather. I can't imagine anything better. Whatever, it's the best day. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. I've never seen a sky so blue. I think I finally made it. Like a little flower poking through the pavement. Yeah, I'm just marching to my own beat. Dancing like nobody can see. Don't mind me, just living the dream. I'll say it again. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. All my friends are hanging out together. Look outside and I see perfect weather. I can't imagine anything better. Whatever, it's the best day ever.
Okay friends, I have not been filming, but I think it's just because what I'm doing is maybe a little bit boring to film, I guess. After I put the Costco groceries away, I got to work on some editing that I needed to do. I have a brand reel that I'm working on for Instagram, and I also need to do the voiceover for my upcoming YouTube video. So I am just gonna be sitting here in my closet where I do voiceover because that totally makes sense, right? It actually does, because the clothes kind of absorb any sort of echoing or any extra sounds that might be going on around me. But yeah, I'm just gonna do some voiceover for the reel and for my YouTube video, and that's what I'm up to right now. Oh my goodness, y'all, if my head were not attached, I would lose it. Lately, that is how it's been. I was just doing voiceover for the reel and for my video, and in the middle of that, my husband came in to talk to me for a little while. So I just feel like my brain has been like here, there, and everywhere. I was going to hit record for a little while I was doing my voiceover, because I don't know, I feel like maybe it's boring if I just tell you what I'm doing. I want to show you what I'm doing, but sometimes it's just like not possible, you know. Sometimes it's either not possible, like I don't want to be filming like in public where there's a bunch of other people who maybe don't want to be filmed, or either that or it's just really boring footage. But you know, sometimes I like to do little clips where I can give you a picture of what I'm doing. But y'all, I just was in the zone. I was focused doing the voiceover and I totally forgot to hit record. So I apologize, but I promise you I did do voiceover. Okay friends, today has been quite the busy day and I am still going. It is after 6. I did just do some more vacuuming upstairs, but I did not film that. And the rest of the evening is pretty much just me getting dinner together. Currently I am working on a dessert for dinner, and I also need to finish editing that video that I was doing the voiceover for. So that's pretty much the rest of my night. So I thought I would go ahead and wrap up this video here, but I do hope you enjoyed this video today coming along with me. Please don't forget, if you want to check out the purse from Minooy, definitely look in my description box below. I will have all the links for you there to make it really easy for you to find where you can get a purse for yourself. But as always, I do really appreciate you watching my videos all the way until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Cuando te conocí supe que el cielo es real. Si queremos estar juntos no hay que esperar. Tú eres la mujer de mis sueños. Si hace frío yo te meto mi chaleco. No te dejaría solo por el suelo. No te preocupes de tu mamá o tu